Welcome back to Yusof Reacts, action movie fans. Today, we're diving into one of the greatest holiday classics of all time. Die Hard, the film that forever changed the action genre and cemented Bruce Willis as a household name. But is it truly a Christmas movie, or just an action-packed thriller? Let's break it down. First released in 1988, Die Hard remains a staple of the genre and a beloved part of holiday movie traditions. But despite being set during Christmas, it's still Teddy's Die Hard a Christmas movie? Today, we're diving deep into the film's legacy, its iconic moments, and why it continues to resonate with audiences even decades later. Let's start with the plot. The story follows NIPT officer John McClane, played by Bruce Willis, who's visiting his wife at the Nakatomi Plaza in Los Angeles. But when a group of terrorists, led by Simon Gruber, played by Alan Rickman, seize control of the building, McClane is left to save the day met with nothing but his wit, determination, and a whole lot of one-liners. One of the things that makes Die Hard stand out is the character of John McClane. Unlike many action heroes of the time, McClane is not invincible. He's relatable, vulnerable, and, let's face it, a little bit grumpy. This sense of humanity adds to the intensity of the movie, making every scene feel that much more urgent. Then there's the unforgettable villain, Simon Gruber. Alan Rickman delivers a performance that remains one of the most memorable in film history. With his sophisticated demeanor and calculated evil, Gruber is the perfect foil to McClane's everyman hero. But what truly makes Die Hard legendary is the action. It's relentless, intense, and expertly choreographed. Every explosion, gunfight, and dramatic rescue sequence keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's a perfect blend of physicality and smarts. Now, what about the Christmas angle? The film takes place on Christmas Eve, with festive decorations and a holiday soundtrack. But it's the themes of redemption, love, and perseverance that truly echo the spirit of the season. Plus, who can forget that unforgettable line, "Now I have a machine gun"? Ho-ho-ho! Is it a Christmas movie? Well, you decide. But whether you're watching it as a holiday tradition or just for some classic action, Die Hard remains a timeless classic. John McClane and a Harlem store owner are targeted by German terrorists. Simon in New York City, where he plans to rob the Federal Reserve Building. John McClane is now almost a full-blown alcoholic and is suspended from the NIPT. But when a bomb goes off in the Bonwit Teller department store, the police go insane trying to figure out what's going on. Soon, a man named Simon calls and asks for McClane. Simon tells Inspector Walter Cobb that McClane is going to play a game called Simon Says. He says that McClane is going to do the tasks he assigns him. A massive bomb explodes in the Bonwit Teller department store, causing several vehicles to flip, and causing NIPT into a frenzy, trying to sort out what's going on. At the station, Inspector Walter Cobb, Larry Brigman of the NIPT's Major Case Unit, gets a call from a man who calls himself Simon Jeremy Irons. Simon asks for Lieutenant John McClane, Bruce Willis. Making demands in the form of a Simon Says game, he threatens to detonate another bomb unless else. John McClane is sent to the corner of 138th Street and Amsterdam in Harlem wearing an intentionally provocative sandwich board. McClane was on suspension and Walter goes himself to fetch McClane, who is still groggy due to the effects of alcohol and presumably drugs. Walter finds that there have been 3 killings in the Red Hook section of Brooklyn in the past 2 nights. And 14 dump trucks were stolen from a construction yard on Staten Island. Walter tells John that Simon has threatened to detonate another bomb if the police don't do what he says. John wants to know why he's been targeted by Simon, but no one knows why. John is dropped 10 blocks away from the location that Simon wanted him to be at, wearing a sandwich board with a racist message on it as instructed by Simon. While John is in Harlem, he is confronted by an electrician and shop owner named Zeus Carver SamuelLJackson. McClane explains his situation before a group of gang members also confront McClane over his son. Carver intervenes, takes the gun that was taped to the back of McClane and saves McClane, and they escape in a taxi. They arrive at one police plaza, where a bomb expert, Charlie Kevin Chamberlain, brings in an abandoned suitcase from a playground, and describes that the bomb inside is very sophisticated. It is made of binary liquid, which is safe until it is mixed. Once the liquids mix, it explodes with huge force within a few minutes at most. The police have reports of raw materials being stolen, which are enough to make 20,000 pounds of this stuff. Simon calls again and McClane gets into a verbal duel, trading insults with him. Walter offers to demote McClane and remove him from the case. But Simon says that he would not give up McClane for all the gold in your Fort Knox. Simon spoke German and stammered when McClane pushed him. Simon demands that the pair follow a timed challenge, or he will set off more bombs. They agree and reach a public phone. Simon instructs them that he has put a bomb on a train that will arrive at a subway station 90 blocks away in 30 minutes. McClane commandeers a taxi and drives through Central Park to get to the station on time. McClane eventually boards the 3 train heading towards the Wall Street station in order to defuse a bomb that Simon planted on it. Carver takes the taxi as a backup plan and drives to the station. Carver arrives at the station before McClane finds the bomb inside. The train concealed in the emergency phone system and throws it on the tracks just as it explodes. McClane and Carver regroup with the NIP and meet some FBI and CIA agents, who initially inform the pair that Simon is Peter Krieg, a mercenary and former colonel in the National People's Army. They then reveal that Krieg's real name is Simon Peter Gruber, the brother of Hans Gruber, who McClane killed years earlier in Los Angeles. Simon calls that another bomb has been planted in one of New York's city schools, and that any police radio could set it off. Simon offers to give the authorities the school's location if McClane and Carver follow another time challenge, warning that he will detonate the explosive if any evacuation attempts are carried out. While the pair solve Simon's next challenge, the NIP begin to search all elementary schools in the city. McClane realizes that Simon is attempting to distract the NIP away from Wall Street, which has no schools, and travels to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York building. McClane finds Simon's men have raided the Federal Reserve Bank. Through the ruined subway system, the bomb that went off at the Wall Street subway station was for this purpose, making off with $140 billion of gold bullion from the vault, hauling it away in the stolen dump trucks. McClane attempts to follow the dump trucks through the aqueduct, but Simon destroys a cofferdam and floods the tunnel. They continue to follow the dump trucks to a tanker and make a daring attempt to board it, but are quickly caught. Simon explains that his school threat was fake and broadcasts a message, claiming that he is planning on destroying the tanker to destabilize the Western world's economy. After he leaves, Carver and McClane free themselves and escape the tanker just before the bomb detonates. At the same time that the police attempt to evacuate the school they think the bomb is in, McClane and Carver find that Simon has instead used the rest of the explosive to rig the tanker to explode, which would send the gold to the bottom of the sea. After Simon leaves, McClane and Carver escape the doomed tanker just before the bomb is detonated. As McClane and Carver are debriefed by the NIT, McClane informs them that none of the bullion Simon's men stole was in the tanker's cargo hold and replaced it with scrap metal, having deduced that Simon had intended to keep all of it for himself, using his knowledge of the Gruber family's ways of working. While attempting to place a call to his estranged wife, Holly, McClane glances at a bottle of aspirin given to him by Simon on board the tanker and notices that it was purchased at a truck stop in Quebec on the Canada-United States border. McClane informs the NIT of his discovery and joins them and Carver as they rush towards a warehouse near the truck stop where Simon and his men are redistributing the bullion and planning their escape. The rest of Simon's men are quickly apprehended by law enforcement personnel, though Simon and his girlfriend Katya attempt to escape in a helicopter, attacking McClane. McClane shoots at an overhead power line which falls onto the helicopter, causing it to crash and explode, killing Simon and Katya Sam Phillips. While they are celebrating their triumph, Carver persuades McClane to place another call to Holly. So, what makes Die Hard stand out in the action genre? Its blend of thrilling action, memorable characters, and perfect pacing. It's a movie that doesn't just entertain, it challenges the very nature of heroism and storytelling. If you love Die Hard, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more action movie breakdowns. Let me know in the comments though you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie? Until next time, stay safe, stay action-packed, and as always see a PA.